Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All on the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X.
And I'm Solid Snake.
And last time we left off, we began the trial and we met our new adversary in Franziska von Karma, who is the prodigy and daughter of Manfred von Karma. And so far, we have only done one cross-examination to Detective Gumshoe, which it was just a pure ask and pressing of the witness, and now he's just adding more incriminating evidence, and we're going to keep pressing until we find solid evidence. So let's hold it. Table smash. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier?
You're kinda scary today, you know, pal?
Calm now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. Alright, let's press again. Myers, costume? Hi, Birds, how you doing?
Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her.
Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? Pretty much no, I don't think so. There's blood on the costume.
Lab results show that it was the victim's blood.
Oh boy. Smack. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. Ugh. Were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence?
Well...
If you must change the topic, then the good detective must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Time to move on. Ah, yes, Miss von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more I can chew here, what should I do? Press further. Yes, we're going to press further. Why is Miss von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be a clue somewhere on this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright. Miss von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. No pun intended, because there is a hole in that, there is actually a hole in that, costume if you noticed it. Ugh, looks like my time is up, so, about the costume. There is one little thing, so let's table smash. Your Honor! Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence.
Yeah, there is. They're not pushing us away.
What?
What are you talking about, pal?
Well, where is the problem you are talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. And then we're going to point at the bullet hole and present it. Table smash. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? Huh? There is a tiny hole here.
A hole? But that wasn't in the report.
Hold on. What is this around the hole? It smells like faintly of gunpowder.
Gunpowder? No one ever told me.
A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Smack, smack, smack. Order, order, order! This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Alright. Here we go.
Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir.
Huh? Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. the strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. Table smash. How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight.
While I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police, what Prosecutor Von Kammer has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find more definitive problem with the evidence, then...
No way!
Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir.
Let's press that. Table smash. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't?
We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around the murder change drastically.
Ugh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Kammer, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. If I have to somehow find a critical contradiction, then I'll have her. Alright, let's go back to that statement. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to skip too fast. Right, let's go back to that statement, because I'm going to be a bit stubborn here. So, clearly that contradicts the facts, of the defendant not fighting back, because we heard 2 gunshots, so one went to the forehead and one is in the costume, so it means that they did fight back to an extent. So I'm going to present this costume. Nice logic, Samurai. It's the only conclusion. If we don't do nothing now, Maya's guilty. Yeah, so we might as well go with it. Detective Dick Gumshoe! And the bird answered, Your name's not Gumshoe, bird.
Yeah, yes. Huh. Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling.
You said that my client killed a person who, without doubt, was not fighting back.
Yeah, I did.
Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean?
What does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back?
You're right.
It would seem that way. If the victim tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Miss Von Kammer?
It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is the only ground enough to support justified self-defense plea.
That is correct.
But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Yeah, you're gonna keep hearing the birds in the background. He's very excited. Like, I've already told you that they still have eggs and they're waiting to hatch, and he's pretty talkative. He's talking to his girlfriend.
Ah! Now that's you.
Why, that's right. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No!
Well, yes, that's true.
Damn. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even the plea of justified self-defense.
Huh? How so?
Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course.
You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself?
That means yes, do it, you idiot.
Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Witness testimony. What transpired?
During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but they were too close. He missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun and ended it.
Okay. Whatever you say. This scenario you have put together does make sense.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mr. Wright, just by listening, it does make sense. However, I won't give up that easily.
But please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please.
Well, I'm very determined, so I have to glare at you, Judge. Right. Table smash. There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not?
Huh?
When channeling with the Korean channeling technique, the mediums physically change. With the nurse build, the defendant could have been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Korean channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect.
About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony.
That was pretty funny. Let's press him again. So, he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him.
But if you think about it, the blood loss was pretty bad.
How bad would you say it was?
Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry.
Where in the world did the pistol come from?
It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day.
But a handgun?
He got it out on the black market about 2 days before the murder.
Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry,
pal, but that's what I'd think. The two of them were already fighting when the shot was fired.
Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Table smash. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life.
The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it by pulling the trigger.
Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad, but there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere, and uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Something bothered me actually. Let's go to that statement. The victim took the shot and they were close but he missed. I'm going to present the costume again because, you know, if they were close, you can't really miss someone, can you? Even if you're dying, you're still going to hit them. So I'm going to present the costume because, you know, if you're close to someone and you're dying and you have a gun, it's impossible to miss. You could hit them anywhere. You can't really miss now, can you? Unless the victim dodged, or unless it happened somewhere else, you know, like the victim really, like the suspect wasn't really close and he tried to shoot from far. Unless that's the possibility. I'm thinking it is the possibility that the defendant supposedly wasn't near when he fired the shot, you know. Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing.
What do you mean?
This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony.
Table smash. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. Table smash. If that were true, then where's the gunpowder burn in this costume? Oh yeah, I didn't think of that, but yeah, I was thinking other possibilities, you know. But there's no gunpowder burn on the costume, so that means that wasn't point blank range.
The gunpowder burn?
This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Oh!
But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn in this costume.
Smack. That is very good. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean?
It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You'd think you can punch a hole in my logic like that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away.
Then I implore you to disapprove my line of thinking.
Let's see. I'm in the middle of the fight. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then they were separated by that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then... Did you see her animation? That was actually pretty cool. That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space in between the doctor and herself. And then, while she was prepared to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you.
That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
I must be careful. I can't afford to make a single mistake here. Concentrate and think. I'm going to say it doesn't make sense, because it really doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor.
Fatal? Flaw? Yo!
Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And then she was about to strike. The doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking, and there is. The folding screen had a bullet hole in it. So if you remember, if you do remember that, it did. So yeah, we're going to present the folding screen because there's a bullet hole there too. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic.
What is that? A folding screen?
I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. It looks like you already know what I'm talking about.
Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please.
Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches of the ground, which means... Table smash. When the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground.
Order! Order! That this changes everything.
Please look at the diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. Then the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Well, if she was squatted to the ground, that means she was here, right to the folding screen. So she was standing right here. Let's just pull it near the folding screen, sorry. There. She was standing here, near the folding screen. Well, wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Oh wow, another animation. She's table slamming, or table bashing. Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? I think even the birds are excited at the fact that we're getting to the point of this trial. That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she was shot from somewhere closer, there would be a gunpowder burns present. However, table smash. There is nothing of sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You...
I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Changes everything, actually, for me anyway. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting by the way of the folded screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, table smash, why would she be by the folded screen instead of preparing to strike? Yeah. Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Table smash. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Ugh. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of this. Blast radius of disaster. I had to get a little chuckle because he was getting so overconfident and he changed it to disaster. Von Karma was really shutting his confidence down. It's pretty funny, actually. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Ugh. Of all the things to inherit, why did she have to... Sorry. Ugh. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Oh god, it's the whip. Detective, how dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Oh my god, she's a savage, man! First dissing his goatee, now bloody assuming his punishment? Damn! Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's face. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lada. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. I think the birds are too excited, you know. Oh, and that's the conclusion. I hope you're happy, birds. You just guided us to the conclusion. Nice work. Have to be quiet for the jingle because I love the jingles. So when we come back, folks, we will reconvene this trial after the recess. Until then, thank you guys for watching. We will see you guys in the next video. And the birds are saying goodbye, and so am I. So take care, everybody.